Best Rare Italian Stamps to Collect. Kingdom of Italy. The correlate series of Italian stamps. It was issued in 1945. Composed of 5 different values. A postman is represented, who delivers mail via bicycle. On background, the borders of northern Italy. In 1945, the continuous aerial bombings had damaged road and railway communications. Long-distance postal transport. It had become impracticable. So the Postal Service adopted the only means available, and more easily usable in that period: the bike. Contract granted by the Ministry of Communications of the Italian Social Republic to the private company Correlate, from which the name of this series of stamps derives. The Correlate was authorized to deliver mail by bicycle in many Italian cities located in the north of the country. The cost of the service. It was 14 Italian lire per 100 grams of weight. Top right of the piece. You will be able to see the face value of the stamp. All the way to the left. The letter L, which indicates the currency of the Italian lira. Around the image, the writing of the acronym Correlate. Couriers in northern Italy. Followed by the writing Postal Service authorized by the state. Series issued in June 1945. Was issued during the time Italy was officially under a monarchy. 12 and 12.5 serration. Today this complete set of 5 pieces is worth $195. The Black Shirt series. It was issued in 3 pieces of face value, which vary from 1 lira at 50 Italian lira. On the center, you will be able to see the scene from the Gospel of St. Mark with Jesus, who invites the apostles to preach the gospel. A little further down, the fasces and other elements that bring back the symbolism of the fascist period in Italy. Also about the center, you will be able to see people in the background who greet with an outstretched arm, named after the Roman oath used in the period of the so-called Black Shirts, volunteer military militias for national security, at the service of the fascist dictatorial government. Up, the writing Post Italiane is shown. On the side, the letter L, which indicates the currency of the Italian lira. To the right, the number indicating the nominal value of the piece. Stamp series released in 1923. Was issued in thousands of copies. And today it is worth $290. The 15-cent Italian lira stamp of 1863. Depicted in the center, the flight of King Vittorio Emanuele II. Printed without reliefs. It is drawn inside an oval. Up, the postal writing. To the left, the postage stamp writing. It's a fact. The first original Italian stamp. With a completely new design. It was not inherited from similar pieces, which belonged to the ancient state of the Kingdom of Sardinia, before its unification under Italy. To the right, you will be able to see the writing Italia N. It is the first stamp to bear this writing. Down, the nominal value of the 15-cent piece of the Italian lira. Stamp that has no perforations and perforations. It was printed by the lithography method. A slab on limestone, which was imprinted by a matrix wet with ink, and drawn on paper by pressure. Piece that has dimensions of 23 by 24 millimeters. He was released in 1863. Valid commercially until December 31, 1863. Today it is worth $370. The 1920 Free State of Fiume stamp. Depicted in the center, the face of Gabriele D'Annunzio, poet-writer and Italian politician of the 20th century. This piece was the first stamp issued by the Provisional Government of the Free State of Fiume, a state territory, self-proclaimed independent for 4 years. From 1920 to 1924. Included the coastal territory of part of Croatia, Hungary, and Italy. Next to D'Annunzio's face, you will be able to see some writings in Latin. Hic manibimus optimal. Translated, will be fine here. Motto coming from ancient Rome, which proclaimed the conquest of a territory. D'Annunzio played a fundamental role in the establishment of the independence of this state territory. Above the image, the writing is shown in bold. provisional government. Up. The name river. All below. The nominal value of the piece. 10 cents of the Italian lira. Today this stamp is worth $450. The pair of stamps from the 1935 air show was issued on the occasion of the first international event, held in the city of Milan, in the north of Italy, where hundreds of thousands of people, they saw the planes and invented technologies on display, and built by the most important Italian factories in the aviation sector, which in that period had a rapid evolution in both the civil and military fields. On the center, you will be able to see the allegory of fascist aviation, created and designed, with an interpretation of the fasces, symbolism coming from the ancient Roman Empire, and used since the fascist dictatorial period. Above, the writing Italian Post Office, with on the left, the royal symbol of the Kingdom of Italy. To the right, the nominal value of the piece, 20 and 30 cents of the Italian lira. Pair of stamps issued in 1935. It has a 14 serration, and today it is worth $500 on the philatelic market. The pair of Leonardo da Vinci stamps. It is part of the series issued on the occasion of the first International Air Show in 1935. On the center, you will be able to see the face of Leonardo da Vinci, scientist, inventor, and Italian artist, who is considered one of the greatest geniuses of humanity. Behind his face, planes in flight, which symbolize the International Fair event. Up. The written International Aeronautical Show in Milan. All below, the writing Italian Post Office, with next to it, the nominal value of the piece, which can vary from 1.25 to 50 cents of Italian lira. Pair of stamps with a 14 perforation, was issued in thousands of copies, and today it is worth $515. The 1934 World Cup Stamp Series. It was issued on the occasion of the World Championship played in 1934 in Italy. The edition saw Italy win. In these stamps, you will be able to see the game actions, goalkeeper saves, and dribbling. Up. You will be able to see the writing World Football Championships. Down. The writing Italian Post Office, followed by the nominal value of the piece, which varies from 1 lira and 25 cents to 50 cents of Italian lira. Considered one of the oldest series in the world, with a football theme. It remained on the market until November of the same year, 1934. If you own this entire 6-piece series, you have a value of $645 on hand.